Jai Hind all, myself Amita Asthana. Now I am going to teach you the subject that is signal and system. In this presentation we will be discussing a very important topic from signals and systems, that is energy and power of the signal. Any signal which is being given, right, any signal which is being given, we can define the signal in terms of energy signal or we can define the signal in terms of power signal. See, any signal, first of all we should understand that energy of the signal. If a particular signal is being given and it is containing some sort of energy, then it cannot be a power signal. Okay, but if a power signal is there, then it cannot be an energy signal. So here we should understand that energy and power are two basic classification we can perform on various kind of signals, maybe energy signals, maybe energy, maybe power. So here we will analyze any signal which is being given, the signal in terms of energy, the signal in terms of power. So here we go. Let's say if we are given one signal, that is xt, which is continuous in time domain, then how we will calculate the energy of the signal? That's important. So energy of a continuous signal, as we can see, this is a signal that is xt and it is a continuous signal. So I need to calculate the energy of this particular signal. So the formula which is being given is energy of the signal is limit minus infinity to infinity, and we will integrate it over this limit from minus infinity to plus infinity mod of xt square into dt. So important point is the limit will go to minus infinity to infinity and we will take mod of the signal and we will take the square of that signal and integrating it over these infinite limit. That way we can calculate the energy of the signal. Any signal xt, we can apply this formula and we can calculate the energy. So that is one. Second, let's say my signal is in terms of discrete. In the previous presentations we have discussed about the continuous signal and the discrete signals. So let us say I want to calculate the energy of a particular discrete signal. So what's that? What is the formula? The formula will, there is a minute change in the formula, that instead of taking the integration, now I will take the summation. So the energy of a discrete signal, that is given as xn, it is given as minus infinity to infinity summation. Please note that here it is summation mod of xn square. So in the previous case we were taking the integration. For discrete signal, for calculation of energy, we are taking the summation. So this is one important concept. In this way we define or we calculate the energy of any given continuous signal or any given discrete time signal, right? Coming to the power of signal. Any signal, let's say one signal, if it is given as xt and the signal may be given as discrete time signal xn. So how to calculate the power contained in the signal? So power signals that are characterized as power signals. Some signals are energy signals and some signals are power signals. So how to calculate the power of the given signal? So we will calculate, the formula is P is equal to limit t is tending to infinity 1 upon t minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 xt square dt. So, here kindly note that t is tending to infinity and we are dividing it by 1 by t. You can take the limit from 0 to 2t also, but then you need to divide it by 1 upon 2t, right. So, minus t by 2 to plus t by t, we will take the mod of xt and square it, and then we will integrate, and thus we can calculate the power of any given signal xt. This is a very important concept, and that the power of the signal is calculated in this way only. Now, let us say if the signal is given as discrete and we need to calculate the power of discrete time signal. So, how to calculate? As we can see that we can calculate the power of any given discrete time signal as p is equal to limit n is tending to infinity 1 upon 2n plus 1, and again we are going to take the summation, that is from minus n to n mod of xn square. So, in this way we can calculate the power of any given signal which is discrete, that is power of signal xn. So, we have learned up to this point, we have learned 4 formulae. The energy of the signal for continuous time signal, for discrete time signal, the power of the signal for continuous time signal, we have calculated the power. For discrete time signal xn, we have calculated the power. So, we are able to calculate now the energy of any given signal, may be continuous, may be discrete. The power of the given signal may be continuous, may be discrete. So, the formula are fixed. You can apply these 4 formulae to any signal for calculation of energy and power. Just take care that the signal given is continuous or discrete. Now, we come to some properties of power and energy signals. As we can see, when the signal is called as an energy signal, when the signal is called as a power signal. So, any signal, always remember, whenever the energy calculated is finite or power calculated is finite, then only the signal is can be said as maybe energy signal, maybe power signal. That means energy of the signal must be finite, power of the signal must be finite. These 2 points are very important, that any signal can only be a power signal or maybe an energy signal when the energy and power are of finite values only. Okay. For finite value, we will see the energy signal and power signal. That is one, that is very important point that we can draw. So, here a signal is said to be an energy signal if only its total energy is varying from 0 to infinity. 0, greater than 0 and less than infinity, that means it should be finite. Similarly, a signal is said to be a power signal if its average power P is finite, that is P greater than 0 but less than infinity. That means the power signal should be finite. A finite value, whenever we calculate the power of the signal, it should be a finite value. As in the beginning I told that energy and power both are mutually exclusive. That means a signal, if it is a power signal, it cannot be an energy signal. If it is an energy signal, it cannot be a power signal. That is another important concept that we should remember. If you are getting the power of the signal after calculation some finite value, then you can say that it is not an energy signal, right. So, for a power signal, the total energy, if we want to calculate, that comes out to be E is equal to infinity. That means if a signal given is a power signal, then total energy E is equal to infinite. So, periodic signal are example of power signals, right. So, here it is written that energy and power signals are mutually exclusive. The signals that do not satisfy the above properties are neither characterized as energy signal nor they are power signal. So, these are very important points along with the 4 formulae that we have discussed, that these how to calculate the energy of a signal, how to calculate the power of the signal. Now, coming to few examples, let us say I am given with one signal, that is xt. Xt being a sin omega naught t plus theta, let us say a is equal to 1. So, sin omega naught t plus theta, we can say it is a continuous signal. So, from the formula, what is the formula for calculation of energy? Now, we are required to calculate the energy in this given signal, assuming a to be 1. So, coming to the formula, let us say I want to calculate the power, I will calculate the power of the signal, then I will go for energy of any continuous signal. So, here is the formula for calculating the power of the signal, that is t is tending to infinity 1 upon 2 t minus t by 2 to t by 2 x t square dt. So, I will apply this formula and I will calculate the power of the signal. So, if I square this signal x t, putting this a to be 1, this term will get squared. So, I am getting this sin square omega naught t plus theta. So, for integrating this sin square omega naught t plus theta, what I will apply? I will apply the formula for cos 2 theta. Cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sin square theta. So, I will apply that formula and from there I will get sin square omega naught t plus theta to be equal to 1 minus cos 2 omega naught t plus theta. So, upon 2. So, this I can write in place of sin square omega naught t plus theta. Now, I would like to integrate it. So, how to integrate, that we will see, that limit t is tending to infinity, write it as same 1 upon 2 t, divide it, minus t by 2 to t by 2, 1 minus cos 2 omega naught t plus theta upon 2. Let us say this is 1. Now, coming to the next, if I want to integrate this 1 by 2, then it will be t by 2, and cos 2 omega naught t plus theta, if I want to integrate it over a cycle, then the value of any cosine or the sine integrating over a complete cycle, that gives me a value of 0. So, that way we are going to perform the integration. So, here the formula is being written, p is 2t, limit t is tending to infinity, minus t by 2 to t by 2, 1 minus 2 cos omega naught t plus theta upon 2. So, this term 1 by 2 I will separate, and cos omega naught 2 cos omega naught t plus theta I will separate. So, I have separated the limits, so the integration, and this integration, this value of integration, this will come out to be 0. Always remember that cos theta over a complete cycle, if we want to perform the integration, that is coming out to be 0. So, integration of cosine function over full cycle is always 0. So, this value, this integration value will go to 0, and here I will be left only with this limit t is tending to infinity, minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 1 by 2 dt. So, here 1 upon 2t, limit t is tending to infinity. So 1 by 2, the integration will be t by 2, and I will put the limit. Solving it, this t by 2 plus t by 2, 1 by 2 will come out. This is here, and the value comes out to be 1 by 2. A simple integration that we can perform for calculation of power. So I get the value of power to be 1 by 2, right. So this way we have calculated, we have just applied the formula and we have calculated the power of the signal. Now coming to the next point, I want to calculate the energy of the given signal. So energy of a given continuous signal, let's say we have the signal, that is same signal I am taking, that is a sin omega naught t plus theta. Now I want to calculate the energy of this particular signal. So calculating is, the E is minus infinity to infinity xt mod of xt square dt. That is my formula for calculation of energy. In place of xt I will be writing a sin omega naught t plus theta. Now again I will be getting this a square sin square omega naught t plus theta whole square, and then again I will apply the formula of cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square theta, and I will solve for sin theta. Now here I have not assumed a to be 1, let us keep it as it is. Now we will see what the energy is coming out to be. Although just note these words, although we have defined, we have already calculated the power of this signal, that is power of this signal, see that has already we are having that it is having a value, finite value, of course it is being a finite value. I told you that any signal, if the value is coming out to be finite, then only we can say it is a power signal. So what I am interested now, I am interested in calculating the energy of the given signal. Now this is my signal. Now I have calculated the energy of this signal, the same signal, and as I can see I have converted this sin square omega naught t plus theta in terms of cos 2 theta, and hence minus infinity to infinity I have put the limits, calculated the value, and now this, if I say it is going to be 0, as previously we have applied the same rule. Now a square by 2 into t, I will put the limit for t, and I am getting the infinite value. So I can also prove, or I can also state from here that energy of this signal is coming out to be infinity, right. Energy of this signal is coming out to be infinity, as it was earlier, it was a power signal. That means the same signal, if I am calculating the power and the energy, both are not possible. So I have proved this particular point, that both energy and power signals are mutually exclusive. Both energy and power signals are mutually exclusive, that if a signal is power signal, it cannot be an energy signal, and if it is energy signal, it cannot be a power signal. That's one. So coming to the, we have discussed the cases for continuous time signal, and we have calculated the energy and the power of continuous. Let's say if the given signal is discrete, okay, if the given signal is discrete, then how to calculate the energy and how to calculate the power of the given signal. So let's say one signal, any signal we can take, let's say as an example we are taking xn to be 1 by 2 raised to the power n un. Un, in the previous lectures we have discussed this, un is unit step function. So that is defined for n is equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. So un is 1, okay. So here let's say the formula, we will apply the formula is summation for a discrete signal we take the summation formula only. The summation n is minus infinity to infinity mod of xn square. So, here my xn is 1 by 2 raised to the power n into un. So, I will square this function. So, I have squared this function, that 1 by 2 raised to the power n into un, taking the mod value and then I am squaring it. Always remember that, always square this function. Okay, don't forget to square. Put the limits, n is equal to minus infinity to infinity. Since it is a discrete signal, so we will apply the summation. We will apply the summation formula, not integration, because the signal is discrete now. So, n is equal to minus infinity to infinity 1 upon 2 raised to the power 2n un mod of square. Okay. Now, again I am going to calculate it. Since un is equal to 1 unit step function, its square will also be 1. So, that way I can remove it from here, that is, it is always 1, and any number, if it is going to be multiplied by 1, it can be only of 1 value. So, summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity 1 upon 4 raised to the power un. Now, what I can do, I will apply the formula for summation. So, for infinite series a raised to the power n, if the value of a is less than 1, for infinite series a raised to the power n, if a is less than 1, then it is 1 upon 1 minus a. The summation value is always 1 upon 1 minus a. So, I can put this a is 1 by 4. So, I have applied this formula, and from this summation formula I get the value E to be 4 by 3. So, in this way we can calculate the energy of any given discrete signal. So, this is in the any example, if you are given for calculation of energy signal and this signal is given as discrete, so you can apply the summation formula. Always remember, this is my formula and only this formula will be applied. No, you don't need to go to the any other formula, just apply this and you will get the answer. Now, similarly, one more case is there, that if we want to calculate the power of any discrete signal. So, calculation of power of any given discrete signal, let us say my signal is given as sin pi by 3 n. So, xn is equal to sin pi by 3 n. So, what is the power contained in this signal? So, power formula is limit n is tending to infinity 1 upon 2n plus 1 summation minus n to n mod of xn square. So, the formula, in this formula, in place of xn we will put sin pi by 3 n and we will square this particular term. Again I need to apply the same formula for cos 2 theta, and in place of sin square pi by 3 n I will be writing 1 minus cos 2 pi n upon 3 upon 2, and then I will take the summation, right. So, my formula will modify to limit n is tending to infinity, let it be as same, summation minus n to capital N 1 and cos 2 pi n upon 3. So, how to solve this? How to take the summation? How to take the summation for n minus n to n cos 2 pi n upon 3? It is important. The summation of 1. If the limits are being given and the function is termed as 1, so how to take the summation? That is 1. The key points of this particular numerical I am telling. So, cos 2 pi n upon 3, how to take the summation of cos theta? Some observation and some prior knowledge is required, that is, if I take the summation for 1, let us say limit minus n to n, then there is no n in this I am having no n here. So, but I need to put the limits because I need to take the summations. So, here minus n to capital N I will be taking, let us say if capital N for a while you just take capital N to be 3. So, limits would be from minus 3 to plus 3. So, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1 and all the values are 1 at these discrete points, 0 and then 1, 2, 3. So, I am getting total 7 values for that. That means how much values I am getting? I am getting 2n plus 1 values. So, this summation will lead to a value of 2n plus 1. Okay. So, this summation from minus n to capital N, this will lead to 2n plus 1. Now, what about this summation? N is equal to minus n to capital N cos 2 pi n upon 3. So, this summation how to calculate? Now, cos theta, coming to the cos theta properties, I know that cos theta is even function always remember that it is even function. That means cos theta is equal to cos of minus theta, simple rule. So, it is even function. If it is even function, that means if I am putting the limits from minus for minus values and for plus values, the value will get doubled. But at n is equal to 0, for n is equal to 0, cos 0 is always 1. That means I am getting total values, all the values at n is equal to 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, all the values are being repeated, only a single value will remain as 1 at n is equal to 0. So, what should be the summation? Now, we should start writing the function now. So, here the value is 2n plus 1, as I told, this 2n plus 1 and 2n plus 1 will get cancelled with each other, and the term cos this double of cos 2 pi n upon 3, double of cos 2 pi n minus 1 upon 3 plus cos 2 pi by 3, for this is for n is equal to what? N is equal to n minus n, and this is for n is equal to n minus 1, this is for n is equal to 1. So, all the values at this point will get repeated only at the last, 1 plus cos 0 for n is equal to 0. So, what are the values? The values are, these values are doubled because of even function property of cos theta, and at n is equal to 0 I am getting cos 0 and that is equal to 1. Okay, cos 0 is equal to 1. So, limit n is tending to infinity, 1 upon 2n plus 1, but where here in this summation, the summation values are clear, but we are having in the denominator this 2n plus 1 and n is tending to infinity. If n is tending to infinity, then this value must be 0, as I have written here. This value is coming out to be 0 since n is tending to infinity. So, my power from here, it comes out to be only 1 by 2. So, power we have calculated for the given signal sin pi n upon 3 is nothing but it is coming out to be 1 by 2. So, in this way we can calculate the power and energy of the given continuous signals and power and energy of the given discrete time signals. Thank you so much.